Well, a little bit ago, I came across this Facebook post from Entrepreneurship Facts that asked, um, is burnout a badge of honor or is it a sign that you're doing it wrong? Well, just because you're carrying a load, being in your personal or work life, it doesn't mean that load ain't heavy. So, therefore, in that case, burnout is a natural product of that. Burnout is also definitely a natural product of mishandling things, not being properly equipped to handle things, or even trying too hard. But then there's a third realm that I'll add. The third realm of burnout is where you're crossing every T, dotting every I, minding every P and Q perhaps, and still not getting anywhere. It's this realm of budding and growing incompatibilities, and not necessarily your fault. But this raises the importance of self care. And sometimes self care, especially when radical change is required, yeah, including but not limited to that. I mean, it can add to more stress. Sven Erlandson of Badass Counseling, he put out a book called "There's a Hole in My Love Cup," and I read that whole book. I've had that book for about a year now, over a year, and he talks about how we're not just afraid of the unknown; we're afraid of the known. So like we deal with the very real possibilities of things going wrong, failure, rejection, backlash, etc. But the reality is that nobody's coming to save you, and you can't keep waiting for fair weather. But there are a couple more things that he said. One, you have to have this baseline assurance and belief that no matter what, through thick and thin, everything's going to be okay. And number two, this is a big one. Sometimes the pain has become bad enough for change to occur. So, with all that in mind, the past 11 plus years of my adult life, I have been through thick and thin. It's been a roller coaster. I've had my highs and lows. I still deal with depression, anxiety, and if only I had a lot. If only I had, That's what it really amounts to is that I guess you could call it an inferiority complex, but I have not really been the most self confident person who feels self worth and all that. A lot of times we try to build ourselves up from the outside going in, going after acquiring and achieving things, like if I had the right amount of money, or I had this car, or I had this soulmate, if I had this and that and the other, then I could feel better about myself. Then I could feel permitted to let my light shine and go my way. Now, some of y'all who know better, you're right to think that this is an absurd frame of mind to have. But better late than never, I've been trying to work on it. It's kind of like, I get why Andrew Tate says that men are born with no inherent value. So it seems like everything's just got to be earned, 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 achieved, 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 accomplished, accomplished, accomplished. But we got to treat ourselves the way we want to be treated. And know that our experiences are valid, and build ourselves from the inside out as opposed to outside going in. And a lot of the stuff I'm talking about is easier said than done. And for about the past 5.5 years, it really has been a struggle. And I just don't feel that I'm where I need to be yet. But I don't see depression as like a life sentence. I mean, your feelings and emotions matter, people. But the thing is, you have to see your feelings and emotions as dashboard indications. You know, your check engine light will come on, or whatever your pressure light is will come on, or something like that. Or your battery light will come on when your alternator is failing. I've had that happen to me twice. And even that's easier said than done, just trying to have that perspective. And I've been building up on all this knowledge, but putting it into effect is what really counts. Yeah, self-confidence has always been an issue. I mean, I don't call this playlist Raw Side of Rowdy for no reason. I'm still a work in progress. I mean, I'm not really big on fate and luck. But where there's a will, there's a way. And like, pain is not an inherent wrong. Pain is trying to show us something. Fear is trying to show us something. Discomfort trying to show us something. And there's another thing that book I'm talking about points at, like, we try to run from it. We try to run from it. I mean, like, we hold no space from it. But we can learn about ourselves when we actually sit down with our feelings and emotions, our fears, concerns, and all that, because it helps us to find out who we are, not in an external sense like finding ourselves, but allowing ourselves, our real authentic selves that have been suppressed for so long, to actually rise up. That way we can adapt, overcome, and lead meaningful lives. Well, that's about it. I'll turn you loose now. Have a good day.